Hi everyone. In the last session we discussed superposition theorem, proof as well as one simple problem by using superposition theorem. In this session we are discussing some more problems by using superposition theorem. See the question, using superposition theorem, SPT means superposition theorem, find current through RC that is equal to 5 ohm resistor. See in the circuit, see this is the RC, RC is mentioned at this point, that value is equal to 5 ohm resistor. Then this RC is connected in series with 15 ohm resistor. By seeing this circuit, how many sources are there? There are two sources in the circuit. One is 4 ampere current source, other one is 25 volt voltage source. So we need to find out what is the current through this branch, I mean the contribution from individual sources. So what is the current through RC due to what is that excitation 4 ampere, and what is the current through RC again by 25 volt voltage source. Before starting this problem, just let me simplify this given circuit without changing the values of the sources. Say here we can see 25 volt voltage source in parallel with 2 ohm resistor. In the first module itself we discussed about practical voltage source and practical current source. Any resistance is connected in parallel with voltage source, that resistor is considered as redundant element. There is no effect of this resistor in the analysis of this circuit, so that we can remove that resistor for analysis purpose. Similarly, any resistor is connected in series with the current source, again that resistor behaves like a redundant element. So therefore for simplicity we can remove this resistance value by keeping that voltage source as it is. See 25 volt voltage source, I am changing in the same circuit, minus to plus 25 volt voltage source. Okay, then also there is no change in the circuit. Again let me rearrange the circuit in order to apply the KCL in simple way. This is RC 5 ohm resistor and this is 15 ohm resistor. I just changed the connection pattern, that's all. There is no change in the changes with respect to connection. This point is direct to this point and this point is shifted to this point. There is no change in the circuit. Now, how many nodes are there in the circuit? There are two nodes. Let me call it as, this is V1 node number 1 and this one is node number 2, V2. Okay, so there are two sources in the circuit. So we can consider two cases. First, by keeping 4 ampere current source as it is, and this 25 volt voltage source is set to 0, because we need to consider individual sources. Therefore, case 1, we are keeping 4 ampere current source as it is, 25 volt voltage source is set to 0, means replace this voltage source by short circuit. Is it clear? Now apply KCL for node 1. Apply KCL for node 1. Yes, this is the node 1 in the circuit. 4 ampere current is entering. We can remove this resistance also, because current source and these resistances are connected in series. So this resistor behaves like a redundant element. No problem, you can keep as it is. Yes, 4 ampere current source is entering into node. Therefore, what is the sign? -4. because when you are applying KCL for any node, all the branch currents are leaving from the node. Is it clear? But 4 ampere current source entering into node. Therefore, what is the sign for 4 ampere current source? Minus. Plus, what is the current in this branch? V1 minus, another end is connected to ground. V1 minus 0 divided by what is the resistance value? 5. So, V1 by 5 plus, yes, V1 minus V2, V1 minus V2 divided by 15. Is that clear? Any other branch in the circuit? No, only 3 branches are connected to that node. Therefore, V1 in this branch, what is the current? Minus 4, V1 by 5, V1 minus V2 divided by 15, that is equal to 0. Okay. Next, just simplify this equation. You will get 0.26 V1 minus 0.066 V2, that is equal to 4. That is equal to 4, and call it as equation number 1. Okay. Similarly, apply KCL for node 2. Apply KCL for node 2. Yes, just see the circuit. This is node number 2. What is the current in this branch? Yes, V2 minus V1 divided by, what is the resistance value? 15. Okay. Next, what is the current in this branch? Because in this branch there are 2 resistances are connected in series. You can take effective resistance of this branch, 5 plus 15, 20. Therefore, what is the current in this branch? V2 minus 0 divided by 20. So, plus V2 by 20. Next, what is the current in this branch? V2 by 40. V2 by 40, that is equal to 0. Is that clear? First, V2 minus V1 by 15. What is the current in this branch? V2 minus 0 divided by 15 plus 5 means 20. Current in this branch, V2 minus 0 divided by 40. Just simplify this equation. You will get minus 0.066 V1. First, always write the same variable V1 first. Next, 0.14 V2, that is equal to 0. Okay. Next, call it as equation 2. So, right now we have 2 equations, right? So, 2 equations with 2 variables. What are the variables? V1 and V2. Just solve these 2 equation and find out what is V1 and V2. V1 is equal to 17.4 volts and V2 is equal to 8.13 volts. So, node voltage V1 is equal to 17.4 volts and V2 is equal to 8.13 volts. Now, what is the question? Using superposition theorem, find current through RC. Where is RC? This is the RC. So, the current flowing through 15 ohm resistor and current flowing through RC both are same because these 2 are connected in series. Therefore, same current flowing through both the resistance. So, how to find out the current through in this branch? Yes, the potential difference across this branch divided by resistance value. Let me call it as I dash of RC. What is I dash? Indicates the current flowing through RC, in the first case. Is it clear? Therefore, V2 divided by, what is the resistance? Total resistance value? 20. So, what is V2? 8.13 divided by 20. Therefore, I dash of RC is equal to 0.40 amps. Is it clear? In the first case, by keeping 4 ampere current source as it is, and what is the another source value? 25 volt voltage source is set to 0, then what is the current flowing through RC? 0.4 ampere. Now case 2. In the case 2, we are just set this 4 ampere current source to 0. 4 ampere current source to 0 means replace current source by open circuit. Replace current source by open circuit and keep this 25 volt voltage source as it is. -2 plus 25 volts. So set this current source to 0 means just replace this current source by open circuit. Now how many nodes in the circuit? Only one node in the circuit, because say it is not a node now. Is it clear? Why? Now right now it is a junction, because the current through 15 ohm and 5 ohm same. The current does not flow through this 1 ohm resistor, because it is a open circuit. The current does not flow through open circuit. So this resistance, it behaves like a redundant element. It is a free terminal. Therefore it is a common terminal for 3 branches, fine. But the current through 15 and right now we can consider 15 and 5 ohm resistances are connected in series. When we can say 2 resistances are connected in series? When same current flows through both the resistance is same. Same current flows through both the resistance, then we can consider these 2 resistances are connected in series. There is a path for current get divert, but it is a free terminal. It is an open circuit. Is that clear? So we can consider. Only one node in the circuit. It is not a node. In order to avoid the confusion, just remove this resistance. It is redundant, right? Now how many nodes are there in the circuit? Only one node in the circuit. Is that clear? Now apply KCL for V1, node 1. Apply KCL for node 1. Yes, apply KCL for node 1. V1 minus another end is connected to ground. V1 minus 0 divided by what is the resistance? 2 resistances are connected. How they are connected? In series. Therefore, V1 by 20. Okay. Next, what is the current in this branch? V1 by 20 again. Okay. Now, what is the current in this branch? V1, but according to this polarity of 25 volts, it drives the current upwards. Therefore, V1 minus 25. V1 minus 25 divided by 40. That is equal to 0. Any other node in the circuit? No. By keeping 25 volt voltage source as it is and just set that 4 ampere current source to 0, this is the circuit. In this circuit, how many nodes are there? Only one node. Apply KCL for that node. You will get one equation with only one variable. What is that variable? V1. By simplifying this equation, you will get V1 is equal to 5 volts. Is it clear? Now, in order to find out what is current through RC, how we can find out current through RC? Because the current through RC is nothing but the potential difference across this resistor, this combination divided by resistance value. V1 minus 0 is the potential difference divided by resistance value 5 plus 15, because we need to consider both the resistance, how they are connected. They are connected in series. Therefore, I double dash indicates in case 2 of what is that? RC. So V1 by what is RC? 20. So 5 by 20, that is equal to 0.25 amps. So we calculated the response across RC is equal to 5 ohm resistor by both the cases. Both the sources. One is 4 ampere current source, other one is 25 volt voltage source. Next, by superposition theorem, current through RC is equal to current through RC in first case and current through RC in second case. I dash of RC plus I double dash of RC. Therefore, what is the current in the first case? 0.40 amps. Current in the second case 0.25 amps. So, by adding these two by a superposition theorem 0.65 amps. So, this is the total response across RC by using superposition theorem. Thank you. Okay, now let us solve one more problem by using superposition theorem. Very important problem. So many times repeated in VTO question paper. Find current I using superposition theorem. This small I that indicates, say this is the this is where the current I is flowing. I mean the current flowing through 4 ohm resistor. For the first time by using superposition theorem, we are seeing one dependent voltage source, current dependent voltage source in the circuit. See, when you are applying superposition theorem, we need to consider number of cases is equal to number of independent sources. See, number of cases is equal to number of independent sources. Therefore, what is the question? Find current I by using superposition theorem. Let me start with the first case, case 1. See, in the case 1, what I am going to do is first keep this 20 volt voltage source as it is and set other source to 0, other independent sources to 0. We can see only two independent sources in the circuit. One is 20 volt voltage source, other one is 5 ampere current source. Right now I am keeping this 20 volt voltage source as it is in the circuit itself and set this 5 ampere current source to 0. Current source is set to 0 means what? The current source value becomes 0. When the current source value becomes 0? When it is open circuited. Is it clear? So, in order to make it as open circuit, just remove this current source. Okay, now find out what is I. See, after removing that current source, we can see only one loop in the circuit. Is it clear? So, in order to find out I, just apply KVL for this loop. So, what is that? Apply KVL for this loop. Yes, you know how to apply KVL. Let us consider clockwise direction. It meets the polarity. First minus. So, minus 20 plus already the given what is the current flowing in the loop, what is that? Small I. Then what is voltage across 4 ohm resistor? 4 into I plus 4 into I. Next plus 2 into I. Next it meets the polarity plus. So plus 2I, that is equal to 0. Is it clear? Say why I am suggested to go with Kirchhoff voltage law, because it is a single loop circuit, that is one, and the dependent source consists variable, that variable is nothing but loop current. So you will get one equation with only one variable. What is that? I, that is what we are going to find out. Is it clear? Apply KVL for this loop. First it meets the polarity minus, so minus 20 plus 4 into I plus 2 into I, or else directly you can take 4 plus 2 because these two are connected in series 6I. Again it meets the polarity plus, so plus 2I, that is equal to 0. The algebraic sum of voltages in any closed loop is equal to 0. This is also a voltage source, current dependent voltage source. Where is that current? That current is nothing but this loop current. Is that clear? Just simplify this equation. You will get, yes, minus 20 plus 8I is equal to 0. So I is equal to 20 by 8. So 2.5 amps. Is that clear? In the first case, what is the current I in the circuit? By keeping the 20 volt voltage source and set the another current source is to 0. Is that clear? So next case 2. Case 2. So now what was the current source value? 5 ampere, right? Let me write the given circuit first. This is the given circuit. Now what we are doing, just keep this 5 ampere current source in the circuit and set this 20 volt voltage source to 0. Voltage source is set to 0 means what? Replace it by a short circuit. So just remove this voltage source and replace it by short circuit. Is it clear? Now what is I? For this circuit, what is I? I is the current flowing through 4 ohm resistor. Is it clear? Now we have to calculate what is I. So in order to find out I, now let us go with Kirchhoff current law. How many nodes in the circuit? Only one node in the circuit. Let me call it as V1. And what is this? Reference node, ground. Is it clear? Apply KCL for this node. Apply KCL for node V1. Say, so many times I repeated saying, when you are finding any parameter by applying any theorem, you just go with simple analysis. See, in the first case, I prefer to apply what? Kirchhoff voltage law. In second case, I am applying Kirchhoff current law. Which method is simple? In order to find out the parameter, you just go with that method. Is it clear? Now apply KCL for node 1. Yes, what is the current in this branch? V1 minus 0 divided by 4. So V1 by 4 is nothing but current in 4 ohm resistor. So V1 by 4 plus say, what is the current in this branch? That is already given, 5 ampere. But that 5 ampere current is entering into node. Is that clear? But when you are applying KCL for any node, we are considering all the branch currents are leaving from the node. But 5 ampere current source entering into node. So therefore minus 5 ampere. Now what is the current in this branch? Yes, according to this polarity, it drives current upwards. Therefore, V1 minus 2I plus V1 minus 2I divided by what is the resistance value? 2, that is equal to 0. Okay. Now what we have to calculate? I, right? But we have only one equation with two variables. What are the variables? V1 and I. Okay. But we have to calculate I. So try to express V1 in terms of I. Try to express V1 in terms of I. Next, by substituting that I in this equation, directly we will get I. So this is very important point in this problem. How to express V1 in terms of I? First, see the circuit. What is I? I is the current flowing through 4 ohm resistor. I is given in the problem itself. The direction of I is given in the problem itself. How it is flowing? I is flowing from ground to V1. According to this direction, I is flowing from ground to V1. Is it clear? By Ohm's law, what is I? V divided by R. By Ohm's law, what is I? V divided by R. What is V? Potential difference. What is the potential difference between these 2 points? That is either V1 minus 0 or 0 minus V1. But we should take 0 minus V1 because current always flows from higher potential to lower potential, fine. But in the question, find I for this given direction. Okay, I is given in this direction, I mean clockwise direction. According to this, with respect to this direction, find out I. Therefore, with respect to this direction, current is flowing from 0 to V1. But current always flows from higher potential to lower potential. But according to this direction, current flows from 0 to V1. That's why we will get negative. Fine. If our assumed direction is opposite to exact direction, we will get negative. But anyhow, in superposition theorem, we should find out the current in all the cases in the same direction. In first case clockwise, in second case anti-clockwise, you will get wrong answer. Once you, in first case, calculated I for this same direction, in the second case also, we should calculate current I in the same direction. Therefore, I is equal to 0 minus V1 divided by 4. I hope all of you understood why I am consider I is equal to 0 minus V1 by 4. According to I direction, current is flowing from ground to V1. By Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. So what is R value? 4 ohm resistor. Now I is equal to minus V1 by 4. Is it correct? Therefore, V1 is equal to minus 4I. V1 is equal to minus 4I. Just substitute what is V1 in above equation. Just substitute what is V1 in above equation. So, in this equation, you will get one equation with only one variable after substituting V1 is equal to 4I. What is that variable? I. Next, so minus 4I divided by 4 minus 5 again plus of minus 4I minus 2I divided by 2, that is equal to 0. So we can see one equation with only one variable. What is that variable? I. Now just find out what is I. So I double dash. In last case, just consider it is a I dash because I is a current in the case 1. In case 2, what is current? I double dash. I is nothing but I double dash in case 2. So you will get minus 1.25 amps. Okay. Now you can understand, yes, V1 current is flowing from higher potential to lower potential. But how the current is flowing from 0 to V1? That's why we are getting minus 1.25. Okay, but what is the exact direction? V1 to ground. But in superposition theorem, we should calculate current for given direction only. Next, by superposition theorem, so I dash 2.5, I double dash is equal to 1.25. Next, by superposition theorem, I is equal to I dash plus I double dash. What is that current in the first case? 2.5. So plus of minus minus 1.25. Therefore, finally, what is the current? 1.25 amps. Is that clear? If any circuit with dependent source, we need to express the dependent source in the given variable. Then only we can easily find out what is the total response. Thank you.